Hello, everybody. It's Ward Cameron here with the Mountain Nature and Culture podcast. I wanted to do a quick screen capture video today to show you how I'm beginning to get organized for this podcast. I know each podcaster has their own way of collecting information and notes and interview suggestions and important tidbits that they want to include in their programs. I wanted to show you how I've been using a program called OneNote by Microsoft in order to help me get my programs ready. What I've done is I've put everything that has to do with my podcast into one single location. So when I come into my OneNote program and I open my podcasting binder, I'm going to have a series of tabs. The first tab is going to be tech. All the different things that I need to know in order to try to make sure that the process is as smooth as possible for me. I'll also have a tab that has just ideas, things that I've come up with over the years, and that I think might make an interesting idea for an episode or a story within an episode. And then I can create, in one tab, I'll have the episode notes from all of my different programs. A lot of this at the beginning is just the general notes that I'll be using in order to create various podcasts. So as I decide that a story should be included in a particular episode, I will then move it into the actual episode notes where I can start to make annotations and make sure that all of the relevant details that I'm looking to chat about are going to be included in that episode. As an example, some of the things that I may talk about are interviews with live guests, various events that may be taking place in the Canadian Rockies, issues that we have to deal with here, various timely events, news events. I'll have contacts, information about particular people that I need to contact on a regular basis or that I may be looking to interview, and activities, things that are available for people to do in the Rockies. So I can go into my interview tabs, and there's a story about Parks Canada helping beavers by creating a way that they can build their dams without flooding roads and causing problems to other infrastructure. So this is something that it may be worth calling and speaking to a particular Parks Canada individual. So I'll put that under the interviews tab along with a variety of other ideas that I come up with. Events, the White Museum, landscape reconstructed, the summer operation of the Sunshine Gondola. These are all things that are coming up. They're events. They're things that might be of interest to my listeners. There are always issues that are taking place in a mountain landscape, whether that's the challenge of vehicle-animal interactions, problems this year. We're having terrible problems with people feeding wildlife, crowding at Lake Louise, so parks running shuttles, things like a paved path proposed for running from Jasper to the Columbia Icefields. These are all issues that may be worthwhile speaking to in a guest. News is just that. News articles that have taken place that are timely, and so they will want to be discussed in most likely the next episode that I produce. Contacts is just that, and activities, again, different things that are taking place in the mountains. As soon as I move to a new episode and start to compile things that I'd like to do for that episode, and they may or may not happen, the episode notes will evolve as the episode evolves, and then those can be updated for your actual blog post that'll go with a particular episode. So this is as simple as it gets. When I'm reading the news or doing research online and I come across an article that I find of interest and I'd like to place into OneNote, what I'll do is simply select all of the text on the web. Once it's all selected, I will copy it, switch back to OneNote, and then open a new page. Since this is an issue, I'm going to create a new page. I'll just paste that in. And I'll just move this into the title. And you can see there's now a new page entitled Banff National Park Packed for Canada Day Weekend. And you'll notice at the bottom it also retains the actual link from where you copied it. And that gives you a great connection back to the original data, the original web link. And you can do this with just about any kind of digital information. So I recommend you spend a bit of time learning OneNote. But once you do, you may find this is a great way to try to keep everything organized for your podcast or your projects. So I just wanted to share this quick webcast to give you an idea of some of the things I'm using to organize my podcasts. I'd love to hear from other podcasters. You may have some other ideas and some ways that I may use this technique much more effectively. With that, thanks for watching, and I look forward to doing additional podcasts with you. Check out the podcast, Mountain Nature and Culture. And what we'd also like to do is invite you to follow us at facebook.com/Ward Cameron Enterprises. And until we get the actual website up for the podcast, this is where we'll be posting upcoming episodes and the show notes for the program. Take care. We'll chat to you again soon.